It may contain content inappropriate for children, though.
This is from our Tech Alpha as well, so you're going to see, this is actually an internal build. You're going to see all kinds of weird stuff on the screen. Please ignore all the weird stuff. The mini-map's all jacked up. Like, we're still working on this game. That's an indication of stuff to come.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and take a look at both our teams here. So we've got a Nova, Abathur, a Kerrigan, Stitches, and Brightwing. Brightwing, of course, being one of those new heroes that we aren't going to feature today. On the other side, we have a Demon Hunter, Lily, a Mirrodin, going up to the top, Zagara, and someone else. Oh, it's just followed. I'm sorry, it's Zeratul coming in from the back. So we are looking at 3 new heroes here. Yep. We are looking at Zagara, Brightwing, and Lily. As we described before, Brightwing and Lily are going to kind of play those support roles. They're going to serve as healers for the course of this match. Zagara, though, you're going to want to keep an eye on her. She's going to be everywhere laying down those great tumors.
Yeah, she wants to move rapidly across the map and find ways that she can sort of operate alone and unimpeded if she can. There's Abathur we talked about earlier. Watch for him to be moving around the map and trying to help his allies. When you see this sort of little green hat on somebody, that means they've been infested by Abathur. And watch for shots coming off of them that look kind of zergy. That means that those shots are coming from Abathur, and you can really use them to help out his allies. There's a little locust from Abathur that spawned out that the Demon Hunter sort of dueling with kind of ineffectively there. Oh, Stitches with the hook. Nice danger there for Demon Hunters. He dances away. Zeratul trying to get in and help out. Gets a little beat up as well. Kerrigan taking some licks as they pull away.
Yeah, Kerrigan decided to use her Ravage ability, jump right on top of the Demon Hunter there for a second, but it put her in the line of fire for quite a bit there. Now, we are playing on Dragonchar, I want to admit. Oh, looks like Zeratul gets away with just about 100 hit points. He stood right on top of all of those mines from Abathur off to the side. Brightwing is sitting here next to Zagara. This isn't a very good matchup for Brightwing, actually.
Fighting Zagara. Not very great head-to-head. Oh, another good hook. Demon Hunter trying to get away. Oh, and she doesn't quite make it. Down she goes.
Right. So in that mid lane, as we were talking about, you do have Brightwing and Zagara sitting around there. Abathur's going to come down and support Brightwing because, well, really, Brightwing just needs any ability to start pushing back against this wave right now. Brightwing, of course, is going to be using his mobility. As we mentioned before, she can teleport all across the map to any of her teammates and provide a little bit of a heal. So that's something that she's definitely going to want to look forward to here. Zagara, though, has creeped up that middle of that map, and she's got a really nice position that if her teams can actually take the shrine as Zeratul dances with Stitches up there, she can grab that Dragon Knight very quickly.
So what's vital on this map is there's 2 shrines, one at the top and one at the bottom, and if you control both slides, then you get access to the Dragon Knight in the middle of the map, and you'll see later on what a beat stick he can be against the opposition. And so it's important to control them simultaneously. If somebody else chases you off, you don't get access to those shrines. Zagara's got a commanding position in that middle lane, protecting the Dragon Knight. Really, Brightwing can't do anything to get in there at this point, and neither team has managed to quite gain control of both shrines. Red looks like they've got the bottom shrine, and they're about to push, I think, and grab the top shrine as well, putting blue on their back heels.
That's right, and Stitches and Zeratul were doing a little bit of a dance there, but Zeratul can't actually be seen by Stitches up there. He just has that little bit of a shimmer. Oh, looks like Zagara even taking the damage from Abathur's mines. Is there anything scarier than a 7,000 HP pig, honestly?
It's absolutely terrifying. So great move by Zagara there. She maintained control of that lane, and now she's able to use the Dragon Knight to push back in. There comes up Lily to try to support her a little bit so they can try to get some damage done. Red streaming into this position, trying to rally around their Dragon Knight to really push their advantage. Can they drop this middle town? Is sort of the big question for them at this point.
And Zeratul actually jumped over the side of the town there, and he gets right on Abathur. Abathur goes down. It means he's not going to be able to support in the middle of this fight. With Red Team in control of the Dragon Knight at the same time, it's going to make for a very strong push. If you'll notice, though, Stitches and Nova actually aren't helping. They think that their teammates have enough to be able to push back this Dragon Knight relatively cost efficiently, so they're soaking up experience in the other lanes.
Around the other lanes and grabbing as much experience for their team as they possibly can. Man, that Abathur kill must have felt insanely sweet. There is nothing like dropping Abathur. You hate him so much when you play against him because you never get a chance to fight him fair.
I was that Abathur.
Sorry. You had it coming.
Yes, I did. All right, so Nova goes down as she's running away. A pretty good chase there by the blue team. Red team's still in fairly good control of the map, but the teams are actually very even right now. And that's due to the fact, as we mentioned before, Stitches and Nova were grabbing experience. Yes, Red team made a very strong push with that Dragon Knight, but they were all concentrated in the middle lane.
Oh, it looks like Stitches in a little bit of danger here right now. He's taking a little bit of damage. We got Abathur jumping in to help him out. There's the hook, and it misses. Getting a little bit beat up. It looks like he's going to bail out. And there's Brightwing down there trying to get something. Look at all that creep everywhere. All that's vision for that team as well. They can see everything that's going on in that lane because of all that creep. It's a huge, huge advantage.
And what you just saw there was actually that teleport from Brightwing decides to come down to the bottom lane. Demon Hunter gets killed in the top. Zeratul running away. Stitches would take a really lucky grab to be able to hold on to him there. But what we can see here, this creep actually allows for all Zerg movement units to move faster while on creep. So Zagara is essentially gaining herself mobility all across the map.
And all of her summons as well. So if she's got any Banelings, any Hydralisks, anything she's doing is also moving more quickly. A little bit of trouble there for Spectre Nova. She gets away from a Murden Lily combo on her right there. Trying to do some damage to Lily. Lily's so slippery. She's so hard to catch.
Brightwing comes back down to try and support Nova in the bot lane, but that is going to give Zagara pretty much free reign here in the middle. Abathur sitting back there and trying to push out that wave ever so slowly, but not getting a lot of experience. Ooh, Mirrodin going in hard here. Jumps right on top of Brightwing. Brightwing, of course, can't really stand toe-to-toe with Mirrodin by itself, but Lily was being taken down by Nova in the other way. Brightwing, with that healing, stays alive and allows Nova to grab 2 kills.
That was absolutely a clutch move by Blue Team, and they're in a lot of trouble getting beat up there. It was great to see Brightwing get the kill on Murden with a little support from Lily. Absolutely turned him into a crab there. I don't know if you saw that right before he was taken down. That was the turning moment in that battle.
All right, so Blue has actually done a pretty good job now of starting to push things back. They do have a little bit of an XP lead at this stage of the game, and they are pulling Red Team around the map. Zagara ducks out with about 200 hit points there. Oh, Demon Hunter may not be so lucky. Stitch is just running up, dropping down a little bit of poison there. With the support of Abathur, looks like there will be enough damage, maybe?
Oh,
yeah, there we go.
There's the good hit. Down it goes. So yeah, you gotta, that Abathur support is so huge in that fight. Makes such a huge difference. Looks like the shrines are back up again, and they're going for them. That's Red Team again with both shrines. Absolutely critical. The question is, do they control the middle lane long enough to grab the knight? They don't right now. They had to move away to grab them. Brightwing with the commanding control of the middle lane. And a bit of a battle down in bot. It looks like Red may be able to hold it against Abathur Nova.
Yeah, well, as we've seen, this could be a second Dragon Knight for Red Team, but despite the fact they're actually down a level at the moment. They're down 9 to 10.
Jumping into battle.
Yeah, and he takes a little bit more damage there. That does see control of the map pretty well to Blue, but Vala's going to make her way in now and see if... Oh, looks like Mirrodin did die in the bot lane. Lily tries to get away, and there we go. We have a shrine control back for Blue.
Down it goes, and now it's even again in Red. Zagara just moved in position. She was so eager to grab that shrine, and she just lost control. She's got to bail out right now and see what else she can do. There goes her first Nidus Worm into position where she can grab this. Oh, and another great kill.
Yeah, and it looks like Abathur actually used his ultimate evolution ability to turn into Kerrigan. So there were 2 Kerrigans in that fight, but that wasn't enough once Vala made her way back up.
Stitch is here absorbing some experience points for his team, trying to keep him in the game with EXP. There's the blink from Zeratul, trying to maintain control of that shrine. He's going to dance around and make Stitches work for it.
A little bit of ring around the rosy there. Of course, you can still hit Zeratul when he's cloaked. You have to hit him with an AoE ability, and then he will be revealed. Unfortunately, looks like the shot there from Stitches did miss. So, Lily, we haven't talked too much about her in this game so far, but she is that a little bit easier to play, but very strong support champion than we were talking about before. Oh, looks like, yes!
There's the Abathur kill. That was the shot. That was brilliant.
Yeah, that was the best Abathur shot I've ever seen. I don't know who did that. Good job. All right, so Dragon Knight is once again in control of Red Team. They're going to start moving out here in the middle of the map, but actually, this is a pretty good play by Kerrigan. Draws the Dragon Knight away and actually wastes some of that precious time that you have inside of the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, you really want to try to distract the Dragon Knight if possible. Keep him away from your towns. He does a ton of damage to minions, a ton of damage to towns, but you can you can pull him off and make him waste some of his shots. There's a boot on Kerrigan again. She's sort of kicked out of the battle here. He's going to drop this tower and hopefully get a chance to focus on that fortress as well. When you're watching for Lily, watch for her to summon this little dragon that follows players around. You can see that little dragon next to her there that shoots when she shoots. Very effective damage at. Oh, there's a great Void Prison by Zeratul right there before he's killed.
Yeah, it was. Did stop a little bit of the damage. It's going to allow the Dragon Knight to get in a bit closer and finish off this fort, which is very nice. But in the meantime, looks like Lily might die. Yes, Nova gets the last couple of shots, but Brightwing goes down in return. So a 1-for-1 trade there for our Blue and Red teams.
Lily also moves a little more quickly when she gets hit, so it's very easy for her to get away. She's also got a cup of brew she can throw to people in order to give them a little additional health and mana. All of her abilities target the closest allied hero, so you don't really need to click. You just move around with her, stand near who you want to help, and hit your buttons and good things happen, and that's what makes her kind of fun and easy to play.
That's right, and she also has a lot of talents that give her a bunch of healing for herself. She can build her to be very survivable as well. Uh-oh, Nova trying to dance here with Zagara. It doesn't work. Zagara gets the kill. Looks like maybe Kerrigan
with triple tap. Right,
yeah,
she tried to get the triple tap off, but it didn't quite happen. It looks like Stitch is in a lot of trouble. Zeratul really wants this kill. Stitch is waddling away as fast as he can. Oh, and he does get away.
And it looks like the minions are actually doing some pretty good damage there. But what I was saying before, though, is that Lily eventually has a lot of talents that'll allow her to heal herself while healing her opponent. So you can actually give her, imbue her Water Dragon with a, her Cloud Serpent with a heal that actually pops on her teammates. Then when she uses her Jug as well, she can also heal herself. And because she gets that speed boost, she can actually be really mobile in a fight and be super annoying. You really do have to watch out for her. Brightwing looks like he's going to be okay with Abathur.
Wow, what a dance he was doing there. Really staying close to those towers and really trying to stay in the game. Really well played by Brightwing. And here comes some assistance. We've got a lot of trouble for Murd as he's trying to get away. There was the triple tap, I think. And wow, huge amounts of damage being laid down. Murd is still in the fight with Avatar and Lily in support. Now he's a squirrel, but okay, he's good. He's good. He's back now. And he managed to escape what looked like certain doom.
Yeah, that looked like certain doom there for Brightwing for a second as well. He was actually taking some pretty good damage before those siege minions started to move up and Abathur jumped on to help. But good job by Brightwing to stay alive and continue dishing out damage. Blue has some momentum here in the bottom lane, but still through the middle. Red is going unchecked. Looks like Zeratil's going to get on top of Abathur once again, but he has to blink away because he was taking too much turret damage.
Look at that smart play by Abathur. He moves to the fountain, he gets away. Guy's a genius, that guy.
Yeah,
absolutely
it really
fantastic.
is. Jeez. I want to meet that guy in real life.
So good.
Alright, so Brightwing and Nova once again going unmatched here. Mirrodin has not made his way back into the bottom lane. He's still sitting there over at the fountain right now, which means that this could potentially be a bit of a problem here for Red Team, as they're going to lose a lot of structures and thus a lot of experience.
Very effective push as they're moving into position. They're using those mercenaries very effectively. Are they pushing both top and bottom right now? Blue Team, really, they've lost both Dragon Knight captures. There's and there's a great Void Prison as well.
Oh, yeah.
Blue is just suddenly stopped out right there. They were in such an effective position, and it's completely stalled.
Stitches decided to walk into it and join the party as well. Nice of him. Now, the one saving grace for Red, though, is that Cigar is basically moving untouched. This is the last fort before the palace becomes exposed as well, which means you'll start to see those catapult minions making their way down the lane.
And that's exactly what Zagara wants. She wants to be alone in the lane as long as possible. She can just really wreck up the place with all of her summons. She can get a lot of stuff on the map, drain a bunch of tower ammo, and really just beat up a position. We got another mercenary grab going on here for the Blue Team as they're really trying to stay in this game. They've taken a beating from those Dragon Knights, but I love their use of the mercenaries. It's really kept them alive, and it's pushed a couple of towns that honestly they didn't have a right to, but they were very effective getting on the map and getting control of those positions.
Alright, it looks like Blue Team did take control of the Dragon Knight there.
Wow.
Nova actually jumping on top of that. Abathur trying his best to go toe-to-toe with Zakara and stop her from pushing, but that's not working out too well. Blue Team is in a really nice position. They pushed that top fort and actually gave them mobility here into the mid lane so they can kind of flank their opponents out a bit. And with that kick from the Dragon Knights, Blue's pretty uncontested right now, but here comes Mirrodin again.
Oh, beautiful play. And you can barely see it on the minimap, but you notice that Zagara is nowhere to be seen in this fight. She's off elsewhere, pushing that middle lane, just trying to get as much done for her team as she possibly can. And it's a completely acceptable tactic for somebody like Zagara to kind of solo push a location. Blue Team absolutely wrecked up here as they're trying to push, and they're getting absolutely just trashed and moved away.
Yeah, and Kerrigan was down to just a sliver of health as well, but it looks like she will be able to step away. No, Zeratul comes back in and finishes off the kill. Brightwing actually jumped away to Abathur just in the last second there with his teleport. Really well done.
Just absolutely escapes. Looks at the Dragon Knight sort of running around here in the woods, seeing what he can get done, trying to pick off Lily. Lily trying to get away. The Dragon Knight goes down. Lily, I don't know, you're a little exposed out there, but I guess she feels pretty confident she can make it happen.
Alright, well, she is able to make it away there. The Nidus Worms keep on spawning for Zagara. Now, if you noticed earlier on, she actually had them in a bit forward positions. That was to support her pushing of the mid lane, but that does keep them exposed. Of course, the Nidus Worms do have help, and the enemy team can take them out.
And there's Brightwing again, jumping in absolutely at the right moment to help out her ally there, with Spectre Nova getting a little bit of a bind, but she wasn't too worried, and she managed to get Brightwing assistance and keep her alive in the game, and she's pretty healed up after that very dangerous exchange.
Alright, well, Brightwing once again on the back of Abathur, just going to push forward. It looks like a quick escape from Zagara into the Nidus Worm that she just placed down. Oh, good grab from Stitches in the middle of all that. Triple tap actually hits Vala there. Vala threw down an ult, but that's not going to do enough damage to Brightwing, and Blue Team wins another big fight.
Wow, big exchange. Zagara getting out just in time. It looks like she's coming back now through. It looks like Spectre Nova's a little bit of a bind here. Oh, no, she's going to maybe, yeah, they're going to let her go.
Alright, well, Zagara fighting next to her Nidus Worm and can't jump inside it right now. It does end up dying. Zeratul makes his way into the fight, tries to get Brightwing, but Brightwing once again survives with just the barest amount of health. Void Prison is going to actually drop at the same time. Will Brightwing finally die? No, Abathur is on top.
Oh, the ultimate, down he goes. Great use of Lily by her heroic ability. And we can see the heroic firing off there for the Queen of Blades as well as she's moving around trying to chase Lily away. Lily getting a little extra movement speed there. There's the drag. She's getting chased, pursued. You got Stitches in the area as well, looking for the hook. Oh! So close.
Man,
skates away.
All right, so Red Team is a little bit back on their heels right now, but they have started to regather their forces. They're making their way back out into the middle here. If they can hold on to this middle lane, they're still not the worst of positions. If they can push everyone off of this fort, they can re-push mid and start those catapult minions going in for them. But Lily jumps her, gets pulled into the middle. She dies pretty quickly. Looks like Mirrodin has popped his ult. He has a big old fat rock Mirrodin there, but that's not enough to do all the damage that he needs. He needs the support of Vala there.
He really does. And here's you moving in. They're moving away. Abathur coming in to support Stitches as well. More heroes moving in. Demon Hunter firing off heroic ability. They're in a lot of trouble. Demon Hunter's got to get out of there. She's taking a beating. I don't think she's going to make it. Down she goes. Red with another couple of lost players at this point. And they grab the mercenaries in that critical position.
But look at what Zeratul is trying to do. There is that great map mechanic that's still there in the form of the Dragon Knight. And if they can grab that Dragon Knight and maybe win a fight with it, don't forget there's just one fort that separates them from the palace of blue team, so they can push through the mid and maybe end the game really quickly.
Yeah, they're in a lot of trouble. Both teams are feeling the pain right now. We've got forts down in multiple positions. There's a great mercenary grab going for blue team right there in a pretty exposed position. That's an aggressive move, and I like it quite a little bit. Abathur helping out his fortress right there and trying to take Zeratul off. Wow, he missed there with a couple of the shots. That wasn't so good.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking there. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. All right, so Zagara still trying to creep up this middle lane because this is still the strongest position that Red Team has going for them. But now there's a major issue. Blue Team just came over. Oh, Void Prism has Zeratul tries to get away.
And the blink, and Zeratul just completely walks away from what looked to me like certain destruction. The tightness of the map there was absolutely key. There's nothing Stitches could even get around that Void Prism, so it was absolutely the right placement.
Yeah, very well done. But that only temporarily delays what's happening in the top lane. Is now we have those knights starting to move forward. Triple tap is, well, it only took a single tap there to kill Fall.
You're so beat up at that point. Pushing really hard in the top lane. I don't know if Red can possibly rally. It looks like Zeratul is moving back. Looks like all of them are moving back position. Zagara is ported back to base. They're definitely going to lose that top fortress at this point. And so despite what I thought was a Red victory at this point, it looks like Blue is the first one to drop an inner town, and they're continuing to push forward with these mercenaries in support.
That's absolutely right, and Red Team needs to regather themselves very quickly. Zagara's not really in her element right now. She's creeping up the place, yes, but she's not really good for getting there and just fighting one-on-one. Water Dragon went off for Lily there, did a little bit of damage. Looks like Ultimate Evolution coming in from Abathur. He is going to take Kerrigan once again. Red Team tries to move in and push out this fight. Mirrodin sneaking away just in the last second, but almost no damage has been done to Blue.
Well, this is absolutely for the game right here. I mean, it may not end here, but the Red Team has got to win. There's the triple tap as well, trying to pick off Mirrodin. Oh, he managed to survive it with the help of his healing inside. Blue still pushing really hard. Zeratul taking a big hit here. He's got to get out. Blue is still here. They are right outside the core right now, and they're still pushing hard. Mercenaries are not with them at this point, but their minions are still streaming in. And Red is getting bottled back up right there in their home base. Except for Zeratul, who's still dancing. The core is absolutely taking a beating. They're rallying out there. Let's see if they can get it done as they try to push Blue away.
And a heroic ability came down from Valo there for a second, trying to lay on some damage. And then also carries a stun with it, but he couldn't do enough. However, it may not be necessary. A lot of Blue Team is starting to get pretty low here. Abathur's Ultimate Evolution went down first, and now the members of Blue are actually dying one after another.
Zeratul is down.
Oh, no.
Good position. Down goes Demon Hunter. Oh, and Kerrigan in trouble as well. It's Lily versus Stitches with the help of Abathur. Lily trying to get away. Oh, she stops. Brightwing comes in and helps him out. God, I hate him so much.
That was so close to a turnaround from Red there, though. They were so close to taking that fight, but a nice warp in there from Brightwing, and she's able to dish out a little bit of healing and push us back for a team. So now we have an exposed Palace. Everyone on Red is down. There's not enough members of Blue to just finish the game right now. That Palace is too strong, so there's another shot for Red Team here, but they've got to do something drastic.
Still absolutely in this game, but you saw in a very critical fight, they lost it. There's a little bit of help from Abathur, who was deep tunnel to that location. Can't fight, doesn't want to get caught out there at all, but he can move quickly around the map with his deep tunnel ability. He's going to use it sometimes to grab objectives. Zagara trying to get something done here. She knows she's got to try to push her advantage in middle lane. That was what they've been doing a bunch of damage before. She's going to push back while Brightwing is out here grabbing these vital mercenaries. At this point, any mercenaries can be the difference between victory and defeat. Oh wow, trying to grab the Dragon Knight there, and Zagara says, we're not going to have any of that. She summons a Mutilist to chase him away.
Oh, and it looks like Sid just tries to lay in and grab, but can't get a hold of Zagara. But now everyone from Red is starting to push back these minions. minions. Let's see where this Dragon Knight goes. Can Zagara stop it once again? Stitch is actually trying to jump on, and Brightwing comes in to help as well. And it looks like we may finally have a take of this. No, they decide to engage. Triple tap not even needed from Nova, and Zagara dies immediately.
This is critical. If they get this Dragon Knight, I don't see how they're not going to get it at this point. This is a huge, huge blow from Red.
Oh, that's how they're not going to take it, because Mirrodin jumps up to the top and snacks that shrine just before Stitches can take it.
Absolutely clutch.
Yeah.
Needed to get up there. He got it done. And now they're protected for a few more minutes. They managed to get up there. It looks like Blue wants to try to push back with Brightwing in support. There's Zeratul coming in, trying to pick off Brightwing. He's using his teleport, doing some damage. Brightwing getting away. Stitch is just leaving him. And there's the good teleport from Brightwing, allows him to escape. Blue now has control of the Dragon Shrine once again. Red, though, has control of middle lane, which is vital for them. They've got to maintain control of this position if they want to prevent that Dragon Knight capture from actually occurring.
That's absolutely right. And as we can see, those minions were being pushed up in the bottom lane. That actually occupied the attention of Vala. She had to clear that out. She's now moving up to the top to finish that as well. And this gives an opportunity for Blue Team to engage. Looks like Brightwing may actually die this time for once. Lily goes down very quickly right afterwards, and because they are outmatched in damage, Vala takes so long to come up to the fight. Blue Team is going to take this in style.
Handily. They've got all of their players up at this point, and they're just routing Red. Red running for their lives. That was the moment I felt like, I've said this before, and there's the triple tap on Demon Hunter. She's got to get away. Someone's going to block. And it just barely gets away. Zagara with the hook. Zagara, look out, baby. Down she goes.
A valiant effort to try and protect her teams. Looks like Abathur did use his ultimate evolution, took Nova there for a second triple tap here, potentially in a minute. But this fort is just being pushed very, very hard right now. Those catapult minions, as you can see in the top lane, are starting to move back that wave again. That's going to start hitting the palace very soon. It's going to force Red Team to react.
Demon Hunter trying to get some damage out. There's a lot of wounded heroes. One of them, of course, is just the Abathur heroic ability, so killing that's not super useful. Whoa, missed hook from Stitches. And they're getting a little beat up, and Red's starting to rally, and off they've got to go in. I really feel like they should have brought the Dragon Knight to that fight.
Yeah.
They had the control. I think they could have done it. And they brought the Dragon Knight. Here's Abathur wobbling across the battlefield. Look out, buddy. I hope there's somebody nearby. He's going to try to pick up that Dragon Knight and see if he can get something done. This could be a decisive blow at this point. Here comes the Dragon Knight. Abathur in control. 4 full heroes up in position for Blue. Let's see if they can get it done. Or actually, they don't have 4 full heroes up, do they? They're a little bit wounded and beat up. And see if the Dragon Knight can push in here and take out this front town.
And it looks like they're going to try and do just that. Those waves are actually pushed out pretty well for Red right now, so they have a moment to try and defend this. As you can see, bot lane was pushed out very, very well. Red Team needs to come back in and start doing something, though. Looks like the Water Dragon hit on top of the Dragon Knight, but unfortunately, that didn't actually do that much damage to something that has 14,000 hit points.
It's pretty hard to drop him. You really got to focus your fire. He's almost got to be alone to get it done. There goes the town. Stitches sliming everything up. He's moving on the core. Red scattering away, trying to get some. There's the boot to Lily. Off you go. And the Dragon Knight's in position. Let's see if he can get anything done. Wow, there's a big battle. He's not able to move into position, really get anything done. He's trying to close in. There's the ultimate thrown down. That's a huge ultimate right now from Void Prison, trapping that Dragon Knight and keeping him out of the fight.
And it looks like, he kicked Claudio, but that's not enough to do the damage to him here. There, he gets thrown back into the fountain. This palace is down very low in health. They just need to turn and right-click it, and